Today on the channel, we're going retro with the G.I. Joe Retro Cobra Eel.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Retro unboxing and review. And today on the channel, back again, is the Cobra Eel. But for all your Cobra Eel needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code ADOFFDJC to save 8% off your entire order. And we're back again with another retro carded line of the G.I. Joe Classified Series figures. We're seeing this with a lot of the figures as of late, and I do expect that to continue. This is an answer for some of us that maybe collected the Joes in the 80s or are a big fan of the 80s to get a little bit more of that 80s nostalgia feel with the packaging here, with the file card especially. One of the things that is a glaring hole in my eyes from the Classified Series. So I do like what we get here with these guys, and once again, it's a little bit of an army builder here. As the Cobra Eel before and the Snow Serpent that's part of this wave, a little bit more expensive to army build out of the Classified line, especially that Snow Serpent being a big deluxe figure. Going to be really nice. I guess the Eel was an Amazon exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. So those two a little harder to get, a little harder to army build. This should take care of it with this one here, as these will be available everywhere, retail shelves as well. So I think for the army builders out there, this is probably the way you're going to go to it. And the way we're going to do this review, we're going to do it like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, Cobra Eel in the package, and I remember having to make those tough decisions as a little kid in the 80s as I was at my grandparents', and you know your grandmas, they love you. They're getting you the grandma vehicle. And my grandma really stepped it up this time, as I did get the Cobra Moray at Pomida. Oh, shout out to Pomida. If you know it, you know it. I got the Moray, which was awesome. It came with a figure, as we do know as well. But I remember seeing that Cobra Eel at the time, and I really wanted that Cobra Eel to go with the Moray. You give the whole water feel, of course. It made a lot of sense. But you can't push Grandma. You got to be careful. You can't push Grandma. You can't ask for a little too much, as the Moray, a little bit extra of a Grandma vehicle. Not quite. That's the next level of Grandma vehicles. That's into the birthday party, Christmas party kind of thing going on there. So I was just happy to get the Moray, but I never got an original Eel back in the day for whatever that's worth. But now, here we are. We're getting the nostalgic version here in 2024. But very nostalgic packaging. Cobra the enemy, G.I. Joe logo, the Eel right there doing Eel things. Of course, the card up and down. Ages 4 and up. Mark Summers, you know what to do. He knows the drill by now. 4 and up on this one here. On the back, we got the cross cell down there, of course, Snow Serpent and the Eel, the two army builders. We got Beachhead coming in hot. Once again, a lot of people missed out on Beachhead from Cobra Island. Oh, a dangerous island from many years ago at Target, as we do know. So a lot of people going to be after that Beachhead. I imagine him to be maybe the hardest one to get out of the set. We'll see what ends up happening there. Beautiful file card. You know I'm here for that. Let's see what it says about the old file card here. Let's see. Role, he's a combat diver. Primary specialty, underwater demolitions. Secondary specialty, marine engineering. Eels are the underwater demolition specialists of the Cobra Legions. They staff and operate the Cobra Marine outposts disguised as offshore drilling rigs and augment the crew of larger Cobra naval vessels. Maybe like the Moray. Maybe. But let's get him out of the package. Let's get down to business here. If I can, it looks like I might have to pull out the old trusty blade. Hopefully at the same time not cut my fingers off. That's always a bad day at the office. Thankfully, Mark Summers on the couch. Todd McFarlane, where are you? Mark is first aid certified, so if I do need stitches or something, he said he'll wrap me up and fix me up right then and there on the spot. Really do appreciate that extra help from Mark Summers there. What a good guy. Salt of the earth is Mark Summers, as we all do know by now. Still can't believe that beautiful gift you got me for my birthday that we talked about in the toy news. See you later. Goodbye. Just the salt of the earth, Mark Summers, as we know. Check out his play on Broadway right now. Off-Broadway, I guess. Can I get this out? Oh, my gosh. There we go. All right, we're getting down to business here. See you later. Goodbye. We do get a stand. Gonna take our last stand right here with the Cobra Eel. Looking good. Cobra on there. Black stand. We're here for that. We know how that goes. How about a couple of flippers? A little flip-flop action. Maybe a little flip-flop and fly. You never know. You never know what might happen. But we do get 2 flippers here. We're here for that. See you later. Goodbye. Black looking nice there. And then we get the plastic prison. There he is, the old eel. We're going to dive in. We're going to see truly what all the fuss is about. We're going to find out right now. And there's fuss. Anytime we get an army builder, let's be honest, anytime we got a new G.I. Joe figure, there's some fuss. There's fuss to be had. And the eel, no different. No different. And there it is. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business here. Let's get down to these accessories. We do get a little knife. We got a black knife here with a red handle. Not terribly gummy. I was expecting this to be a little bit gummier. We've had some gummy weapons from the G.I. Joe brand as of late. This is nice and sturdy. Nice red handle. Red and black attack. Feeling like Cobra is what it feels like to me. We do get the backpack here, of course. It helps him breathe, as we do know. Got the Cobra logo, which I believe is different on this one. There's little differences, little nuances, if you will. Thanks for the big word, Mark Summers. We got some of that, and we'll compare them, of course, later on in this video to the original eel as well. But same backpack, I believe, different logo back here. You got the ports on the side for the mask, of course, to plug in into the back, as we do know. So we got that going on. Got a big old harpoon gun out here. You never know when you got to harpoon a shark or a whale or something out there. You never know. A little bit of blue on the end against the black. Then you got the gold little spear on the end there. Looking good, on brand, of course, for a Cobra Eel. But let's dive into the figure. We'll dive into the helmet in a second here. But let's look at the head. Pretty plain Jane in the head department. A darkness behind those eyes, though. You can tell he's a Cobra guy. He doesn't look too happy. Black ski mask over the top is what it looks like. White skin tone and devilish eyes and eyebrows on him there. Now, you do get the helmet here. Once again, you do get the connector ports that will connect back into the backpack, as we know. Got the visor and the clear plastic over the top, a little antenna on the side. Little helmet action, of course, just slides right over the head as we're used to. We're accustomed to that by now, so it goes on and off. Pretty tight. I like that tight fit on that. That works good for me. But looking good, no issues with that. Seen it before, we'll see it again, probably. But let's get down to business here. You got the Cobra logo right there in the chest. He's representing, he's letting everybody know what team he's on to, of course. You do got a little holster down here for his knife. We always love that along the way. He does got a little vest over the top, not removable. It does move a little bit. You got the spot to connect the backpack into as well. Some shoulder guards going on. You got some forearm guards with a little readout going on that side. Plain Jane on this side. 2 gloved hands, and he's got 2 trigger finger hands over here in the gloved hands. He's got his full-on outfit here, his underwater outfit here. Nice gray color throughout. A little red in the chest, a little black accents, but pretty plain Jane and very similar to the last release, as we do know as well. Articulation, he's got a little butterfly shoulder action, arms all the way around for us, a bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows, we're here for that. Hands back and forth, up and down, side to side, ab crunch, traditional waist. Big old splits if you need them. Look at that. He's ready for the Olympics, and it's coming up real soon. He better get in on that. Drop down hips as well. Legs do go up. Thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees. The hits continue. Ankles back, forth, up and down. Side to side. The usual suspects playing all the hits right there is what we're doing. Every single one of those hits being played right there. We're here for that. Boot cut down there. Ankles back and forth. Love those double jointed joints, though. We know that. And, of course, he will fit on a ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at Ringside Collectibles. He fits perfectly on the stand. Probably don't need him because I think most people will put him, of course, with his flippers on. I think that's kind of the way you gotta do these eels. You got to do them right. And it, of course, fits right on there if you want to. I don't think these store anywhere. That is unfortunate. I wish they stored on his backpack or something. I guess you could almost make it fit around the bottom of the kind of propeller down here. But it would be nice to store those because he's not going to be in the water all the time. He might be some of the time, but not all of the time. But we'll stick him back on a stand for right now. Looking good, Mr. Cobra Eel retro card version. But I do got the original version right here. Oh, we got the same knife. I was wondering. Same everything across the board on this one. Very, very similar. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is basically a re-release for the most part. We do got the differences on the backpack, the logo differences I did talk about. A little bit lighter red, but not terribly on the chest on the old one. I mean, it is pretty much the same figure re-released, which I guess makes a lot of sense. You're not going to reinvent the wheel totally. And the original one right here was fairly hard to get over at Amazon. We do remember that. So I guess it makes a lot of sense just to kind of straight up re-release it, put it on a new card. It feels fresh. It is an army builder after all, so that makes a lot of sense as well. But it is what it is. But it is a Cobra Eel. It is one of the heavy hitters, especially if you're an underwater G.I. Joe fan. If you love that sea, you got to have this eel part of your Cobra team. There's no two ways around it right there. So there it is, the Cobra Eel G.I. Joe retro style carded figure. What are your guys' thoughts? You picking up this one? You army building this one? Let me know in the comments down below. Be interested to hear your take on this Cobra one. I know a lot of people keep this set on card. If I didn't have space issues, I would love to have this entire wave on cards. I tapped out when we had so many difficulties with the packaging design. We all remember those hard times and disappointment. But now the cards are better. They're a bit sturdier stock. That's really good. Just too late in the game for me at this point. But very cool to have a loose set. I'm all in on the loose set. But let me know your thoughts on the eel in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this very YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the Cobra Eel, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.